14 WILI and 95.3 FM presents Hometown Threads, a closer look at our community and the people that make it go. Every week, you'll hear uplifting stories from our local businesses and our neighbors. Now, here's our host for Hometown Threads, Keith C. Rice.
Welcome into episode 83 of Hometown Threads on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM and Willimantic Today Facebook. WILI Radio YouTube channel, Spectrum 192. What else am I leaving out, Matt Rupar?
You said YouTube, right?
Yes. There's so many different platforms we can watch a show, but as long as you know that you can listen to Hometown Threads first before it goes on social media, right here on WILI 1400 or 95.3 every Tuesday from 5:05 to 5:30. And then, as I said, we upload it. Matt uploads it, actually. And it's all over the place on social media. Keith C. Rice Facebook, Willimantic Today, sometimes WILI Facebook, and WILI Radio YouTube channel. Big thanks to our sponsor, Liberty Bank. Be community kind with 3 great local locations right across the street from the radio station at 679 Main Street, Willimantic. Gateway Commons, West Main Street, Willimantic, and Route 195 in Mansfield. Liberty Bank, be community kind. J. Matt Rupar, you'd be so kind. And while you're at it, say hello to the fine folks.
Hello.
And of course, you can always go to WILI.com where we have all our talk shows up there, as well as our YouTube channel. WILI.com, Hometown Threads has a podcast sponsor. Big thanks to Tripoli Pro Clean Services. So, now that that's out of the way, let's welcome in our guests. Not guests, we have plural guests this week, multiple guests, and we welcome in Rebecca Potter and Laura. I didn't get your last name, I'm so sorry.
Blake.
Laura Blake and Rebecca Potter. They're here representing a new business that's going to be starting up, 4 Keys CrossFit, Route 32 in South Wyndham. We're going to learn all about that. But first, welcome into episode 83, ladies.
Thank you. We're happy to be here. Yeah.
It's very exciting. New CrossFit coming to the Wyndham Willimantic area. Yep. And, well, we'll get into all that. They have the big grand opening November 2nd. See, look, I'm getting into it already. It's very exciting. But first, let's learn about Laura and Rebecca. We'll start with Laura Blake. Tell us a little about yourself and your connection and what brought you to the community and all that good stuff.
All right. Well, I've been connected to Wyndham for a long time. I was a Wyndham Public Schools teacher for about 15 years at North Wyndham Elementary out on 203. Go Wildcats. But, yeah, and I lived in the area. I've lived in Wyndham, I've lived in Mansfield, and right now I live in Andover. So, but these are my stomping grounds. You know, I originated from Tolland, Connecticut, but moved out here because I went to UConn. So once I set foot out on this side of the, this side of the of Tolland, when I moved out to Mansfield, went to UConn, I just put down roots here, and these are my people and my places, and this is my comfort zone.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. Go Wildcats and go Huskies.
Yeah, go Huskies.
So what'd you study at UConn?
I was an English major, and I majored in English literature. I thought I'd leave college and go off and be either a professor somewhere or a journalist. And I did get a job working for the State Department of Environmental Protection as a writer, and wrote a few articles for a publication they had back then, which of course funding cut, and so that found me without a job. And I went back to school and got my special education, my degree in special education, and got my master's degree and got my teacher certification, and started teaching.
And what levels did you teach?
Oh gosh, I've taught them all. I taught everything from kindergarten. Right now I teach high school, but I've taught everything from kindergarten to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I've taught them all, really. The only population that really has not fallen on my radar is middle school, which takes a special type of person. So I don't think I have it. So yeah, so I've been a teacher for 30 years.
All right.
Yeah, been doing that, and and should I get into a little bit of how Rebecca and I met? Or
I was about to say, what brought Laura and Rebecca? Well, before we get to how you guys met, tell us a little about yourself, Rebecca. Rebecca Potter.
Yeah, I came to Willimantic as a student at Eastern lots of years ago, 1980, I think, around that time. And I went to school and got my teaching degree, and teaching enhancement money had just come in, so they were looking for people to work, and I got a job here in Wyndham. I started at Natchog, and then I went to Willington for about 11 years, and Wyndham drew me back, and I ended up in North Wyndham, and I finished my career there, teaching 30 years in the Wyndham Public Schools, and I settled with my family in Scotland. I have 6 boys, and my husband and I, and now my mom, all live in Scotland, and we've been there 33 years.
Beautiful town.
Yeah.
So is Scotland, yeah. Beautiful. We're very lucky to have a wonderful, gorgeous town, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
So many years teaching as well, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in my blood.
Yeah, Scotland, you're right near me. I'm on the Wyndham Scotland line. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Not far
Phil-
from the gym.
That's right. That's right. Now, because Laura just brought it up, you read my mind. What brought Laura and Rebecca together? Let's hear that story.
So because we're both teachers, I took a job right around the corner, really, at North Wyndham Elementary School. Probably now 25-ish years ago, probably. And Rebecca worked there. I was a special education teacher. She was a regular ed teacher. And, it's a small, cozy elementary school where everybody knew everybody, and we just became friends. And then shortly thereafter, or not too shortly thereafter, her son, Mishak, worked at a local gym, and he basically harassed us until we came in. And so we went in, and it was one of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life, but it was a CrossFit gym, and that was it for me. It was a turning point, and I never went back. So that's kind of how that's how we sort of took we're teacher friends to this other direction of sort of group fitness.
And the other thing too is that I was in my early 50s, and Laura was in her early 40s, and we were doing triathlon sprints, not getting really better. And Misha kept saying to us, if you cross-trained, if you tried this CrossFit thing, you might do better. And I thought I wasn't in good enough shape to do CrossFit, so I shied away from it. But then Laura had done it before, so I said, let's try it. And we did it, and we got the bug.
Well, I'm just so, because I've had my years of going to gyms, and we were talking about this out in the lobby before. So explain to me and to everyone the difference between cross-training and going to the gym. Like, because I've known people that have done cross-training and they absolutely love it. I could see how it could get addicting and all that. But yeah, I don't know who wants to jump in here, but kind of break that down a little if you can.
Well, I think there's 2 ways to describe it. One is a formal way, which I think Rebecca has the words for. What's the formal definition of CrossFit? So then we can make a comparison.
Constantly varied functional fitness done at high intensity.
Huh.
Perfect. And then, so that's kind of like the formal definition, but if you translate down to like the application of that, the addictive quality of it, what you're doing is you're going to scheduled classes every day led by a certified CrossFit coach, and your workout is never the same. And I think that's the part that when our gym members talk about what they like best, it's that, because they're not going in every day and getting on the elliptical or doing, today's my shoulder day or tomorrow's my legs day. Every day is all of those things, and so you're getting a complete body workout every single day, to a degree, an intensity that's very, very hard to replicate when you're pushing just yourself.
That's what I was about to ask. Like when you say it's always high intensity?
So
Generally,
your level of intensity.
Oh, to your level.
You
Okay.
get to decide how high the intensity is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's also core to extremity, which that's a lot different from what you get at where you're going in and working specific muscles. We're working balance, function, stability, core stability, joint stability, and that's where I find the difference is, and that's what works for me. So I watch my work in CrossFit carry over so much into my personal life.
Really? Give us some examples.
I'm 64 years old, and the 50-pound bag of dog food can get cleaned up to my shoulder, no problem.
Wow.
Oh, and
Huh.
I had surgery a year ago, too.
Yeah.
So, people just don't recover from that stuff if you don't have the right tools to get that. And we're all trained at Four Keys to really focus on that core strength.
So it doesn't matter at any age. My parents were in their 70s. You could send them down there, and it really...
My mom's 99.
Yeah, we have a
Keith,
99-year-old.
And she comes. to
99?
CrossFit, yeah.
God bless her. She's
And then-
down there?
Yep, and we have another member who's 75, and she's one of our dedicated members, and she's seen a huge difference just in the couple of months that she's been working.
So it really increases the flexibility of your body, it sounds like, more than like a regular gym. Because as you said, you're doing the core, and you're doing it daily, but it's the intensity factor, right?
It's the intensity, and I think it's the varied piece, which is really critical for like your functional fitness. So, essentially we say you're like getting fit for life, right? But if you think about the tasks you do day to day, like picking up a grandchild, right? Or like lifting the groceries up and putting them up above your head, or picking up a big laundry basket full of, wet clothes or whatever. That's just really functional fitness. Sitting in a chair is a squat, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And so, you see as people age, they're unable to do those things as they get older. And it's just because their functional fitness decreases because they're not practicing and they're not maintaining muscle strength. So, CrossFit is built on this idea that you're developing a broad spectrum of fitness. So I always tell this example to new clients or new customers, and my sister is a hiker, like an avid hiker, and she can go 15-mile hikes, right? And she's fit, she's lean, she's small. I brought her to the gym and did a CrossFit workout with her, and she was on the floor. She and her husband were dying, and they were like, holy moly. And they realized in that moment how they were fit in one way, but they weren't functionally fit. And so it was humbling to them, because they think, I go out every day and I hike and I can run stadium steps and I can do all these things. But I did a very simple, super basic workout with them.
What was the workout?
They did box step ups. So we have a box, which, all different heights. You can, whatever height feels comfortable for you. So stepping up with a box with some weight. So they had like, say 15-pound dumbbells, and they're stepping up to a box. We have rings that hang from bars, and they did like, laying down ring rows. They did a farmer's carry, which is just walking with lots of weight in your hands as if you're carrying almost like 2 5-gallon pails sort of thing. And then they did a cardio piece, which included like a bicycle or rowing machine. And so we did that for, I think it was like an 18-minute workout, and they were completely gassed afterwards, and they were sore for days.
And these are avid hikers.
Fit, avid hikers, good
Wow.
condition, good everything. And so that's the difference that I was I try to tell people, like, we have a new gym member who's a long distance runner, right? Very fit for running, but can he do a sit up? No, he cannot. Can he, he has a hard time with dumbbells, and anything weight bearing is hard for him because he's a runner. And so he's fit for running, but he's just fit in that one way. So
you guys pretty much, really include the variations of making using your bones and your muscles in ways
and
that people
stability. It's definitely, we go with mobility, stability, strength.
Yep.
So you work on how are you moving, how stable are your joints, how stable are you in that balance piece and all of that, and then also then we build on strength. Whereas when you go into a traditional weightlifting gym, you might be working on just, bicep curls or something like that. And
so after about a few months at Four Keys Fitness, I'll be able to walk out of there doing a backflip? Or?
No,
I'm kidding.
that's not the goal.
But this is so exciting. Again, we're here with Laura Blake and Rebecca Potter, Four Keys CrossFit. Route 32 in South Wyndham. Doing a big grand opening coming up November 2nd. This is episode 83 of Hometown Threads, brought to you by Liberty Bank B Community Kind on WILI. Now I want to ask you guys, all right, you told us how you came together. How did you all of a sudden, how did Four Keys CrossFit come together, and how did it open, and how did you guys say, yeah, let's go in on this together?
So I took my level 1 training class. I'm a massage therapist in my retirement job. I became a massage therapist. I went to school, and I learned so much about kinesiology. And like I said, my son was a coach. He went on to open a gym in Putnam, sold it, and now is working in Nashville. But in watching that and being a part of that, and then I took my level 1, and I was just really excited about the methodology. Having had an injury and coming back from the injury, I just, and watching how it crosses over, like Laura was saying, it's not just about, like it makes tennis players better tennis players. It makes runners better runners. I just found that, after having surgeries that people had told me I might not be able to recover from to that functional level, I was able to go ski. And things like that just really inspired me. And then the whole component of nutrition, we really look at how we're fueling our body, how we're moving our body, how we're recovering our body, and then how are we working with our community. And that's the methodology of CrossFit that makes it work. And I was just very excited about that. So I knew some people that were also really excited about it. So I kind of
You
nudged a
Laura.
little bit. Yeah.
And,
And then
what-
we found this great space, and we
Yeah,
have,
we're
we have
talking
two other
about that.
owners. Yeah.
Two other owners. We'll get to them in just a sec. But yeah, we were talking about that before the show started. You're in a great spot. Go little past Land and Tire,
Yep.
right? It's in that plaza
Yeah,
right on
glass
the right.
building right at the end. It's gorgeous.
It's a great location.
Yeah, it's Brooks Bend Plaza on the right-hand side, right past Landon Tire. Yeah, and when we first walked in there, we went to see it, and
It was just you two walking in there?
all four of us went in
Oh.
together, and when we went in there, it was being used. The building owner is a real estate developer, and he was using it as storage for all of his properties that he owns. So it was piled high with doors and screws and ladders and just equipment you'd need to develop your properties.
So he probably joined the CrossFit to help him lift and get that stuff out of there, right?
No,
You know, so-
but when we went in, it was so hard to visualize the space because it's a very unique space. It's like a crescent shaped, right? So one whole flat back wall basically, and then it's
Windows.
yeah, a wall of windows, gorgeous. Looking up a hill, we see deer, we see everything.
Oh.
But when we first went in, I thought, you guys are crazy. Everybody loved it except me. I thought this
Really?
is, I just couldn't visualize it, and I couldn't picture barbells and all that glass, and that's all I could think about was broken windows. But we strategized.
How'd they get you finally on board then?
I mean, I was outvoted anyway, so it was three to one. But our two lead coaches, Sam and Shelley, are really have a really good vision for what they want.
These are the two other owners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sam
What are
and
their
Shelley.
names again? Sam and
Sam and Shelley.
Yeah.
Sam and Shelley, okay.
Sam Gallmeyer and
Shelley
Shelley
Jones.
Jones. And they had a good vision for where all the equipment could go to protect the glass. That was my big fear with the glass.
Well, it's
all I could think
understandable,
about
yeah.
was like insurance claims and like
Sure.
this is a disaster. But they had a really good vision for where everything could go, and it's been amazing.
And we looked at the diversity of our team, and we really loved the diversity of Wyndham. There wasn't one here. So we kind of thought, you know what, we want to bring this.
That's right.
here.
I don't think there is a CrossFit in Wyndham, right?
No,
Well,
so-
now there is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we really wanted to bring it here and tap in to the community aspect, because for us, we did the Boombox Parade, and we did the Boombox Mile. We
excellent.
were sponsors of the Boombox Mile. That was like our first event, and just how embraced we felt just in that
That is so
little
cool.
tiny bit. Yeah, and the town has helped so much getting us started with all the
Have they?
all
Great.
the things that we needed. Yeah, they really have.
That's great. So, were there other places? I mean, you're already in a tremendous location. Were there other places you guys were looking before you decided on Route 32 here? Because, well, actually, here's a better question. Before you get into that, when did this idea? Was it been in the works for a few years now?
2023 was when we really sat down, formed the LLC, and started moving towards finding a facility.
Wow.
And we looked, but the location, the access, the in and out, those were all important to us.
Yeah.
And it's just really a great location.
Four Keys CrossFit, Route 32 in South Wyndham. Okay, so 661 Wyndham Road, South Wyndham.
Yep.
And of course, people that know that 32 strip, you know where it's at, a little past Land and Tire,
Yeah.
in that plaza on the right.
Right past
before
Dollar
that.
General, right after Dollar General.
Right after Dollar General. So, well, this is exciting stuff. So now I got to ask, where did I think I can figure it out. Four Keys CrossFit. You know, I'm gonna about to ask about the name. Was it Four Keys because there's four people involved? Ah, look at that.
And also the keys to our methodology: nutrition, movement,
Oh,
recovery,
so I
and
wasn't-
community.
I kept thinking of four people, but so that's wow. And say it again. Methodology.
The methodology that it's nutrition,
Community.
community, movement,
Movement.
and then recovery.
Recovery.
Yeah, because your body needs to recover from stuff.
So you guys find that you're all down there together. You, Sam, and Sam, Shelley, both of you down there every day. Are you guys trainers too? or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Yep.
Laura teaches on Sundays.
Yep, I coach on Sundays.
I do more of the seminar stuff. So this Thursday, I'm teaching from 5:30 to 6:30. I'm teaching a healthy shoulder seminar and kind of talking about, trying to avoid rotator cuff issues.
Okay.
And building up some, teaching people how to use their, posture issues. Those are all things that we are going to be talking about.
So, of course, you can always look for Laura and Rebecca, Sam and Shelley. We have still have a bunch of stuff to hit before we wrap this up in a few minutes here. Mission statement, and we'll get to website and social media, but go ahead. What's the mission statement? Anybody who wants to jump in here?
Our mission statement at Four Keys is we provide an exceptional fitness experience in a safe and diverse community. Our knowledgeable and effective coaching empowers athletes to move forward on their fitness journey to achieve their wellness goals. We're dedicated to state-of-the-art individualized coaching techniques that incorporate the keys to athletic and wellness success: movement, nutrition, recovery, and community. We foster the mindset of consistency and perseverance through community support. Four Keys CrossFit positively impacts and makes changes in people's lives.
Matt, if I drop and give him 10 here, can we get the camera? Are you able to see it?
I think so.
Get out of here, really? Will you guys...
We would tell you to put your elbows in,
I was about to
because I'll
say,
bet you got them turned out,
if
right?
can we do the camera? Or,
Serious? Okay.
I'm going to try. Matt's going to... This is a first on Hometown Threads. I'm going to do 10 push-ups.
Okay.
And I want Laura and Rebecca to I don't know, critique me.
To coach you?
Here we go.
I got this.
Yeah, hopefully I
Get
got
out of the
this.
way. Yeah, I was going to say 10.
All right, here we go.
right?
Matt, you got it?
I think so.
Nice, elbows in. Get that pen out of your hand.
Oh, yeah,
so
get
you
this
can-
pen out of here. All right,
Yeah.
here we go.
Okay, torque those shoulders in. Oh, get your elbows in, buddy.
Elbows in?
Yep.
Yeah, more
Fingers
like
out.
an arrow.
Fingers
arrow
out.
Fingers
arms.
out?
Fingers out.
It's a
Yep.
dirty floor. I'm going to have to wash my hands after. My OCDs. Okay, here we go.
Keep that core tight.
Is this good?
Yep.
Who's counting?
Nobody. Keep going, Keith.
Yep.
Is this good?
No,
Not bad
you
at
got-
all.
Elbows in?
I tell you to keep your elbows in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about
Yeah,
it.
there you go. There
Oh,
you
like
go.
this, like, how my
yeah,
hands
yeah.
go. Good?
Because you want that shoulder joint torqued. You want the torque on your
The
shoulder.
hands okay?
Yeah, good. That's much better.
Wow, this is hard.
It's harder, right? Good.
Got that right.
That's right. Good.
Are you sorry you signed
Good.
up for 10?
Do you need to go down to your
All right,
elbows?
I get
Yeah.
the point. I never do that, though. Elbows in, hands out, hands
Yeah, you
can
want,
be
your,
out.
you want
Yeah,
your
that's-
arms more like an arrow, like not flailing out to the side, but more like an arrow.
More like an arrow.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You got about 1 minute, Keith.
1 minute. Okay, we're
And
gonna go. We're gonna
anybody-
go a little over here.
And anybody can do it. And that's what's really great about this.
And that's
is
what you
that-
guys basically do. Make sure, the technique is right and all that.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because when you're out like this, you're taxing your pecs, and
Yeah.
instead of using your lats, and those are the muscles. We use our arms. We use them in. They're not stable enough to use them that way.
Wow. All right, so.
core.
Okay, well, thank you for those tips. Now, we're going to get to November 2nd before we wrap it up, but I need to ask you website and social media, how people can find you and all that.
Our website is fourkeyscrossfit.com, and I think our
Instagram is 4K. Hold on.
I'm sure they could
yeah,
put it in the
yeah.
search and put
Yeah,
forward.
it's right on there. The website's real accessible. All sorts of little things that you can see on it and things
Okay.
to click.
Now tell us about November 2nd. Now, you guys have been open since when again?
June 1st.
June 1st.
Yep.
You're part of the Boombox Parade. You said that.
Yep.
And November 2nd is a big day. Tell us what's going on.
Yep, we're having the grand opening at 9:15. We've got Susan Johnson coming, the mayor. We've got some people that are going to be doing the ribbon cutting for us, and then I think Susan Johnson is planning a citation for us.
Oh, very nice. Make sure the mayor drops and gives you 50.
Yep.
Got that, Tom?
Sorry, Tom. He's going to have to join for.
I'll get him now. I saw him
50.
yesterday. So November 2nd.
Yep.
And
then
what are the hours this is going on again?
9:15 is the ribbon cutting, and then at 10 o'clock we're going to do a community workout. So,
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And what else is there anything else we can expect on November 2nd? Or
Maybe some coffee and some snacks
Very
afterwards.
nice.
And a little tour of the building.
Great. And is there anything else you guys would like to pass along here that I may be leaving out or you want to pass along?
I just think it's important that we, make sure that it's for everyone. And so anybody who comes through our doors, we adjust the workout to meet their skill level wherever they are.
That's
so
right.
they can
No
be-
intimidation here. They'll work with you. That's
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people think, "Ooh, CrossFit." Compared.
No,
it's-
people
I
come
can't do-
in
yeah.
just after having a baby, or people come in carrying a lot more weight than they wish they were carrying. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be fit. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be buff. You don't have to be any of those things.
You don't have to do if you don't know how to do push-ups. You know,
Yeah, you don't
awesome.
have to.
Right.
You don't have to know how to do anything. We open, as a new member, we take a new member through what we call foundations, which is 3 or 4 one-to-one sessions with a coach, and we teach you all the basic foundational things, so you have some sense of what you're doing. And then when you're ready, you can, you join the classes, and all the classes are scaled.
It's infinitely scalable.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom, who's 99.
That is
does.
incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
and she could not do. She couldn't stand up by herself without using assistance, like pushing off. And now she can do 15 sit to stands.
That is wonderful.
Yep, just by practicing. Yep.
Okay, and how can I get some swag? I'm kidding.
Yep. Show up to November.
All right, November 2nd, right at Four Keys CrossFit, right?
That's right.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
661 Wyndham Road in South Wyndham. Well, a big thanks to Laura Blake and Rebecca Potter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very exciting to have CrossFit right here in the Wyndham-Willimantic area. So thank you so much again to Laura and Rebecca and Liberty Bank, Be Community Kind, J. Matt Rupar, and Willimantic Today Facebook. And that'll do it for episode 83 of Hometown Threads. I'm Keith C. Rice. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. In the words of the great Roddy McCumber, bye for now, folks. Bye for now.
And that concludes another edition of Hometown Threads. Got a story for Keith? Reach out to him on Facebook by searching Keith C. Rice or email him at krice@hallradio.net. Don't forget to tune in next week on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM, as well as the Willimantic Today page on Facebook.